So, I was thinking today would have been a shorter video because I was just doing two trades today, none on the other platform. I kind of just forgot about trading on the other platform. So I only traded on one platform today. I traded the NASDAQ 100 straight up. I actually followed the rule and went with a extra small lot size as we were starting to trade. So I actually went super small on the first trade, which actually worked in my favor. It was a losing trade, but it kind of got my psychology to the point where I figured out like, yes, I need to just stick to my plan, trade it, and just exit, right? So I only had two trades today. I'll go through it. At the end of the video, I'll be going through some Tesla highlights because Tesla earnings was the big point of today. But we'll quickly go through the trades and then go through some Tesla highlights from its earnings, and then we go from there. So that will be the main point of today's video, right? So on the NASDAQ 100, the first trade was at 823 here. You can see it, and I went for a 0.01 size. So it was super small. So it was so small to the point where even if it had went in my favor, I wouldn't have really made any money just with that type of move. So it was actually a mistake, but it worked out in my favor. So I'll show you where I entered here on the 8 o'clock. What would this be? The 8:15 candle. So on the 8:15 candle, I entered to the buy side. So I had a bullish engulfing candle here and kind of bullish movement on the MACD. And I entered 0.01 size. So that's like super small. So it's not something that will affect your account at all, but it kind of got myself in the frame of mind, like thinking, okay, don't try to go too big on the trades. Try to just kind of guide into them and stick to the plan, right? Even though it was a mistake. And then I got stopped out on the 11:30 candle, and there we had a bearish engulfing candle that came and just basically knocked out my position at 12,990.4. So this is where I got knocked out, basically below the previous candle. So as you enter to the buy side, I got stopped out below the same candle that I entered on the next candle. So it went down into losses, knocked me out, and that was basically what happened today on that trade. That was the first trade. So I had two trades today. I like to go for two trades, three trades max, but two trades is a nice sweet spot for the day because you can basically make profits, go from there, and just leave for the rest of the day. Don't try to overtrade. Especially when I overtrade, I see that I kind of chase some winners and turn out to be losers, and I just end up messing up my entire strategy. So the next trade I entered at 9:30. So basically exactly when the market opened, I had a bullish engulfing candle. So that's part of my strategy. I entered on the bullish engulfing candle at 13,008.9. So we had a bullish engulfing candle. You had kind of that curvature on the MACD signal line. So it's telling you that there might be bullish movement. So I'm entering bullish here with my stop loss, like a little bit below here. I had it at 12,988, and it was just fluctuating between it, and it was just so tight. But I didn't get stopped out, and that was the lowest point for the day. And I was able to hold this until around 10:51. So let's go to the 10:45 candle and let's see where that was. So the 10:45 candle is where we had a slight reversal, and I've seen this movement so much that I can tell like the market might do a kind of move like that. It's like it kind of takes a breather and kind of hits you back out, or you can actually let it come back down into some losses and then kind of ride it to the upside, right? So at 10:45, let's make sure that's accurate. So at 11:45. 11:45 is when I exited this trade at 13,067.8. So it's the low point of that candle. I mean, I could have gotten some more profits if I had held it to the top, but this is where I exited the trade. So you catch it from the bullish engulfing move. You have that bullish movement on the MACD, and then I just close it as I felt like the strength was weakening and I didn't expect the trend to continue. But some bias to this, why I I don't feel so great about this trade is because I know that today was Tesla's earnings. So Tesla makes up a big part of the QQQ. So if you have earnings for a company, generally big market actors kind of come in and push up the market price, or they just try to participate in the stock before the earnings call actually happened. So the earnings call was today at 4 and basically started at 5. So during the entire day, people were trying to position themselves into Tesla to kind of play the earnings, and Tesla makes up a big portion of the QQQ and the S&P 500. So typically you would see a big run up on the market today. I didn't want to hold it because I just didn't feel the confidence in it, and as you can see, it sold off at around 315. So this is where I entered 0.2 lot size. You made $117 on the day and just exit at that point. No more trades for the rest of the day. If I had held it longer, I could have made $200 on the day, but that's okay. I'm good at leaving some on the table just to be consistent and just to stick to the strategy. If I was to just hold it a bit longer, this would have been the best point to exit it, as I saw more weakness in the MACD, and that was a 3-line strike bearish indicator as well. So this is kind of telling me that the trend is kind of changing. There's more weakness and the market might push down from here. I didn't know what it was going to do. So earnings, I tried to not put my whole pocket into that because it can go anyway, right? They could have sold it off for the entire day and then ran it up towards the end as the earnings came up. But sometimes you have what's called an earnings run up, and that's something that I played today. So that's basically it for the trades today. I had 2 trades. The first loss was $1.24, and then the second profit was 117.80. And then let's go to the Tesla earnings now. So this is Sawyer Merritt on Twitter, and he's a person that tweets Tesla news all the time. He actually just said Tesla earnings call just ended 2 minutes ago. So let's pick out some key points from Tesla earnings. So Tesla is aiming to have the Cybertruck delivery event in Q3 of 2023. So they're actually building out the Cybertruck, how do you call it, the production line in Texas, and they're aiming to actually start production in Q3 2023. And I believe they're going to get this done. It's almost guaranteed. Tesla auto gross margin was impacted by a few factors, which include improved vehicle pricing. So they were lowering prices. So Tesla is lowering prices, trying to get more of the market. But Tesla kind of has a cheat code. Tesla is going to actually lower the prices, get the vehicle into more people's hands, and then guess what? You can upsell them on full self-driving, and that will make Tesla immensely more profitable because that's a software that they can basically distribute to all of the vehicles that they have on the roads now. So they can basically sell a $15,000 product seamlessly to all of these vehicles that are on the road already, and that will increase their vehicle margin immensely, which a lot of other companies don't have in their playbook. So Tesla also has Megapack and Powerwall guidance. So they actually are guiding how they're going to do more of the energy storage business. So they don't think they're far away from providing guidance. But I was listening to the earnings call today, and the guy basically said the revenues that they're making on energy storage and the Megapacks, they basically don't see a reason to put that into the earnings because it doesn't compare to their other metrics. So it doesn't compare to their vehicle sales, it doesn't compare to their solar sales. So they're not planning to release that because it's just not something that investors might even want to hear right now. It's just going to sound very underwhelming. And Elon always also stated orders for their vehicles are currently in excess of production. So they're still selling more vehicles than they're making, and they're just ramping. So they're doing great right now. Tesla is really a great company. Tesla says 50% of the drop in auto margins in Q1 can be attributed to price adjustments. So basically, them losing on their margins was just them lowering their prices. But them lowering their prices is actually getting the vehicles into more people's homes, into more people's driveways, and then from there they can upsell them on a $15,000 software that Tesla already has the hardware integrated into all of its vehicles. So The internal working name of Tesla's next-gen vehicle is Robotaxi, according to Elon Musk. And sounds like falling commodity costs could potentially be a big tailwind for Tesla starting later this year. I also heard Elon make a big point about lithium mining and lithium refining. He's saying there's so much lithium on Earth. He's like basically begging people to start a lithium miner and start a lithium refining company because Tesla is ready to be their customers right off the bat. Found that very interesting while I was listening to the earnings call today. Elon also said if things go well, we've got a shot at 2 million vehicles this year, but that's an upside case. So basically, they're high end of where they plan to make deliveries, 2 million vehicles for this year. And you have companies like Lucid, Rivian are doing 1,500 for the year. And people are comparing these companies, but let's see. Electric vehicles are electric vehicles. But that's basically it for today. Tesla's total market share continues to rise in every region. So as people transition to electric vehicles, Tesla is just prime ready to take advantage of this market share because more people want electric vehicles. Tesla is just another option there for people to say, oh yeah, Tesla sells electric vehicles. They probably got the whole system down. Let's just buy it, right? So that's great. And also, let me see, just the final point now. Full self-driving beta drivers have now cumulatively driven over 150 million miles, a 50% increase in the last 90 days. So the more people buy Teslas, the more Tesla is able to train their full self-driving. And then the more Tesla is able to train the full self-driving, the more they're able to sell the full self-driving to other customers, and they can also improve the technology. So that's very interesting. It's like a windmill effect. So they sell the vehicle trains the technology, and the technology can actually get better for it to sell to more people. It's crazy. That's basically what happened today. One trade, two trade, three trades max on the day. Tesla earnings. So that was also a tailwind for the S&P 500 and the QQQ. And those going up also push up the Dow or the US 30. So it was almost an easy trade, I would say, because it's like people are going to trade Tesla. So that's something that you know from just experience, just understanding how earnings work. You might see the same for like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta, similar. But Tesla makes up a big portion and it's very volatile. And you know, you have a lot of retail investors that are interested and want to get in. Hope you enjoyed this video today. Hope you found some value from it because I'm actually showing you the strategy that works. If you don't watch it, that's your problem. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.